Fuck, man. John.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm great, man. Thank you for having me.
Of course,
I really
man. It's a
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
It's a pleasure.
I love the setup. I love the blue, as you know, black and blue.
This guy wants us to be called black and blue.
We're gonna brand it.
We'll talk. We'll see where we're going with that. Also known as TennisxClub. Where'd that come from?
That is me. Well, as I was explaining to you guys earlier, TennisxClub, it was a duo originally, like Magic Jordan, producer-artist duo.
Yeah.
It was originally like that. My producer, he produces for some like heavy hitters in Prague, Czech Republic. So scheduling conflict, we ended up just doing it. I was the face of it after the conversation. So yeah, it came from that. It was a duo. It was like Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi, you know? Two different personalities coming into one. I grew up watching a lot of tennis with my mom. So Andre Agassi, Pete Sampras, and these guys were like rock stars back in the day.
Yeah.
Superstars. So that's where the idea came from originally. But yeah, now I'm the face of it. It's just me. And that's where it came from.
Yeah, I won't lie. When I seen your name pop up, I thought it was two people.
Yeah.
Kind of like Magic Jordan, where it's just like, and then you see two faces behind the name. I'm like, what the frig? But that's kind of crazy. Do you still watch tennis?
The ironic thing is, I don't play tennis, or I don't really watch it like that, but I grew up watching tennis, you know, because of my mom. My mom was really into the tennis and tennis culture. And when I was younger, I was watching these guys, and they're superstars, you know? Andre Agassi's like throwing his fucking racket up in the air, and he's hitting the ball, and he's getting the point, and he's like doing crazy shit. And I feel like that was my personality. I do wild shit, and it ends up working somehow, you know?
So you apply that type of wild demeanor to your songs?
I kind of like compare myself to Andre Agassi in the music scene. You know, like do different shit, which I probably shouldn't be doing, but I'm doing it anyway, and it somehow I'm getting my fucking points in, you know what I mean?
I feel you. Yeah, but I feel like with anything, you can't be just like everyone else to make it.
Yeah, for sure,
110%. I find like when I started listening to your music, when I first listened to your music, I said, yo, this is different.
Yeah.
You know, I found like there's a little Caribbean Afro type tune to it.
100%.
When you're in Toronto, you hear kind of like a consistent theme of music where it's a lot of trap, a lot of hip hop, which is cool.
It's a lot of trap. It's a lot of depressing R&B.
Yeah.
Like
this guy's depressing. Yeah,
it is. You know what I mean? Like it's it's cold here.
Yeah.
It's freezing cold in the winter. It's cold. Bro, you're fucking at home. You're in your
goose out right now, bro.
You're in your basement apartment. Like, that costs you $5,000 a month because it's expensive to live here. You're depressed and you're just. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But my vibe is a little different, you know?
So where do you get your inspiration from? Because that's tropical music, bro. Like when I listen to your songs, I want to be on a beach. You feel me? I was just in LA, like I'm listening to this, I'm like, okay, this suits me here. But when I'm here, I'm like, yo, how do you even create this type of thing here? Because the inspiration isn't really there, right?
Well, I will automatically off the bat say my producer, he's a Sudanese guy. He's a well-traveled man. He's been around the world, you know?
What's his name?
So he's Osama Verse. He's one of my main influences. He helps me. If I tell him an idea and it's like something that's out of my realm, he'll be like, oh yeah, I know about this. Boom, boom. He'll spice it up, you know? So I get my influences from him. I also got my influences from UK. My family is born in England, so I've always like just looked to England, London, UK for my music, whatever, you know, just to feel like, so I can feel like I'm a part of something, you know. I'm a white Canadian guy at the end of the day, so I genuinely don't have any culture.
Where are you from?
I'm from London, Ontario, man.
Oh, God.
I genuinely have no culture.
Damn, bro.
So my parents are born in England, so I look to UK. My producer is from Africa, you know, Sudanese guy. He's been all over the world, you know, so we get inspired by each other, you know. So that's
a tough combo.
Yeah.
When you grow up in places that don't have, for lack of a better word, seasoning, you gotta find it somewhere else. You feel me?
If you see my TikTok videos, you know I have no seasoning. If you see my TikTok videos, you know we have no seasoning. We just have salt and that's it. You know, a little salty, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. So just talking earlier, you migrated to Toronto now. You're in the city, right?
Yeah.
Why'd you make that move?
I was living in London, Ontario for obviously my whole life. I was born there. And then I was skateboarding. So I was skateboarding and I started to get really good. Me and my friends, we film each other. And this is like back in like 2005, 26, 27. And we used to travel around. We'd go to Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal,
for skateboarding?
Vancouver. Yeah, for skateboarding. We're getting really good, you know? So we would film each other. We'd go all around fucking Ontario. So I've been going around for years, you know?
Wait, sorry to interrupt. These are like competitions or like, what is this like?
No, just literally to go to famous skateboard spots, to go film, do tricks on them, you know?
Yeah.
That's skateboarding culture, you know?
Yeah. No,
you see like a famous spot in a different city and you're like, oh fuck, I want to go there and I want to do a trick that's never been done before, you know? This is when you cue in the trick that I did at Skydome.
Yeah.
I did a lip slide on the Skydome bank. No one's ever done that. This is when you're gonna cue it in.
That's nuts, yeah.
Yeah, so something like that. You just go around, you're filming, you're getting better, and then the better I got, we discussed earlier, the more hurt I used to get, you know? So I'm skateboarding, I'm getting more hurt. What am I gonna do? I gotta figure out something else that I love or something else that I wanna do, because skateboarding is not gonna last forever, you know. I'm getting injured, you know. I can't go forever.
And that's the thing, like skateboarding, I feel like is not a highly profitable sport where you don't see. Well, maybe there are. It
is, but it is only if you're like in the top tier.
That's what I'm saying. You got to be in the top 1-2%, right?
I know guys that are in the top tier, and it's like, go ahead because you're gonna fucking thrive forever because you're in the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. You know?
But when you're not in there, you're
not there.
Shit,
like,
right?
I was in like, I'll be honest, like I was good at skateboarding, but I wasn't like Nige Houston or fucking whoever you want to call.
Yeah.
I was in the bottom 20%, you know, but I was really good. I was in the top of the 20%.
Yeah.
But I wasn't in the top 5%.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get to that level.
Yeah.
I was good, but I just couldn't get to that level.
Cause for me, like I used to do it in like from 7 to 8. I had a group of friends, man, and we used to do it
all
like
over me, huh?
This guy dropped it. Oh, that's not. You're good, bro. Is it the rum? It's 40%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, no, like I used to do it all the time, bro. But then it's funny because one of my homies' older brother, he said like, "Yo, it's just a phase." And at that age, and when I'm 14, 13, I'm like, yo, no, this is something I want to do. Like, it's fun. We used to like stack like skateboards. You know how you stack them like one?
Yeah, of course. You put the trucks inside and then you fucking ollie over it.
So me and my homie Daniel, rest in peace, bro. Fuck. We used to do that all the time with a couple of my other homies, bro. And like, at that age, I'm thinking like, this is something that's fun. Like, I really want to do.
Yeah, that's why I loved it.
You know? But then it gets to a point where it's like, okay, you got to make some grown man decisions, or you got to make decisions that fit your purpose, right? So with what you're doing right now, and what
I got to a certain point, I was doing amazing, but I just knew I wasn't getting to that like professional level, you know, like.
So talk about that, bro, because like, I feel like a lot of times with people's passions, they try to pursue shit that. Like they're going through adversity, but when do you know that something's not for you, or when do you know that you have to push past that shit? Like how did you like discern that?
I just knew because I kept getting hurt, you know? Like I kept getting hurt. Like I was getting injured, I'm doing some crazy shit. I didn't land it, I didn't get it on film, so I already know it's not going to the next level because I never secured that, you know? And I would get hurt, and I'd be like, fuck.
What's the worst injury you had?
I only ever had, like, I never broke a bone. I got fractures. I got, like, bro, I can literally walk down the sidewalk and just roll my ankle for no reason. Yeah. Because my ankles are so weak, you know? I fucked them up every day for, like, 8 to 9 years, you know?
Shit, man.
I don't have any crazy injuries, but it's just, like, everyday injuries that will just ruin my life, you know?
Man, those little nicks and ticks, because I'm a former hooper too. That's something I had to deal with. Just those ankle sprains, the hips, the back. I'm like, bro.
Yeah. As soon as the weather turns cold, my knees are hurting me, my hips are fucking out, and I'm just done.
It's like, yo, I'm not 80. What am I doing, bro? You feel me? Yeah. So with what you're doing right now, how did you make that transition to directing?
Yeah, so
directing.
I will say what happened is my skateboarding days, I realized they were over.
Yeah.
At a certain point, it was like probably 2007 or 2008, and I'm thinking like, okay, my body is toast, you know, I can do whatever I want to do. like social media is not a thing at this point, right? So it's like my body's fucking toast. Yeah. What can I do? You know?
This is 2008. We had Facebook.
There was Facebook.
Twitter, I think, just came on the scene, right?
Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter just came out.
Tumblr was there, no?
Tumblr wasn't even popping at that point.
It wasn't popping? You sure?
No.
I thought it was popping like around 2010, right?
2010.
Yeah, it's crazy, yeah.
So I was just there, and I'm just like, skateboarding is not doing it. Like, what can I do? Like, I'm fucking injured every day. I can't do anything. So it was pretty much just, what was it? It was...
You had to make a decision.
Yeah, I got to do something, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let me figure out what I'm going to do. Let me like move that into something else, another creative facet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like the arts in general they're very interchangeable. Like I know people that go from rapping to directing, from directing to painting, like some real offside things. But with you, during that era of like 2009, 2010, 2011, that's the blog era.
Yeah.
And you spoke about that. You did some blogs for Matt Miller and some other artists too as well. Talk about that. Like, how does that even come about? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, so basically, like what I said, like I was skateboarding, right? And then skateboarding, professional career was obviously not happening. So I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? I moved into the blog era. You know, this is Hip Hop DX. This is, I can't even think of any companies right now, but Hip Hop DX, whatever. A bunch of companies were blowing up because of blogs, right? So I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? So then I did that, and I was like, okay, let me just do my passion and put it into something else. So I did the blog era. So I started my own website. It was under my name, johnlyons.com. My name is John, johnlyons.com. So I put it under that. I interviewed artists like Mac Miller, Steve Aoki, Canadian people like Shawn Desman, blah, blah, blah. So that was what I transferred into next after realizing my skateboard career wasn't going anywhere, you know?
But it was a good avenue to explore because right now it kind of transitions into what you're doing right now with songs and things. But so how did that even come about? How did you contact these people? How did you reach them?
So, for example, the first major artist that I interviewed was Shawn Desman.
Yeah,
he's a Canadian staple. 100%. Everybody knows him. Drake shouted him out. You know, he's literally a Canadian staple. If you do pop or R&B or hip hop in Canada, you know who Shawn Desman is.
Of course, come on, bro.
Because he literally started the wave of that shit, you know? So that was the guy. So when I was living in London, Ontario.
Yeah, my condolences.
No,
I'm joking.
Fuck, no, I agree with you, 110%.
Yeah.
So when Shawn was making a comeback, this was in 2010 or 2011, he already did like, you know, Shook and all that stuff that made him like super viral and famous. When he was making a comeback for his new career, he had a show in London, Ontario, which was where I was living. And then I had my website at the same time. So I decided, okay, let me interview this guy. Let me interview him on my website. And then that's where I started.
Like you just reach out to him, he's like,
yeah. My friend was doing the promotion of the show.
Yeah.
His name's Corey. He's Murder Beast manager now.
Shout out Corey, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Corey Litwin.
Tough.
So Corey was promoting the show. I had my blog. Corey hooked me up with Shawn, and then that's where I started.
That's what's up, bro. That's tough.
Literally, if it wasn't for Corey Litwin and Shawn Desman, I would have no career right now.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I can't say that fully, but like I feel like that's something that should be said.
You have to pay homage to, for real.
Something that should be said. Like,
we're all influenced by.
Who am I without the help of others? You know what I mean?
Facts, and that's a testament to like, yo, we never do shit by ourselves. Like the thing, the phrase like I got it on my own or I do it on my own. I never believed that because there's always
it never happens.
It never happens, bro. You can't tell me there's one person that hasn't said, listen, I got you here. I'll connect you with that person, or you need some funds. I'll give you that. Just along your journey. So that was a weird phrase, but talking about the blog era. Fast forwarding through your career, you know, you're doing interviews, not interviews, but you're directing videos now. Yeah. You know, it's a different lane.
Yeah. So I was doing blog, right? So when you're doing a blog, it's like, it sucks to say, but like you're kissing ass. You know what I mean? Like, you're literally kissing ass. Like, oh, I think you're fucking amazing, bro. I want to do an interview with you so I can promote you. You know, like you're kissing ass. Mm-hmm. And then you switch over to video directing, which is what I did.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I'm not kissing ass. I'm trying to sell people on my idea. Mm-hmm. Like, so I would reach out to people like Ramriddlz, and I'm like, yo, I have this idea for a video for you.
Yeah.
What do you think? And like, he accidentally said, yo, I like that idea, so let's do it. But like, I got turned down by like 100 other people, you know? Like before he said, okay, let's do it. Like I reached out to people like Magic Jordan, whatever, 100 other people. Ramriddlz was like, yeah, I like that idea, let's do it. So I did it, and that's kind of what launched my music video director career, you know?
Yeah, sometimes you have to take like 100 losses till you get that one W, right?
Yeah,
Ramriddlz is like me being from Saga City. I remember 2000.
And it's like, I love that guy, but I don't want to like, you know, shout him out. 'Cause he didn't make my career, but like,
I feel you.
He really helped me out.
He was a part of it. He was a part of it. I want to say for me, like in 2014, 13, he came out with Sweeter Man.
Yeah.
That was a track, like if you're from Saga, you know what it was.
Song.
You feel me? You know what it was, but
it's a song.
It's a song, you feel me? Yo, can we play that shit right now, bro? Yo, Siri, hey Siri, play Sweeter Man by Ramriddlz.
Here's Sweeter Man by Ramriddlz. Now play.
Here it is. Oh my gosh, bro. You know you're doing something right when Drake samples your shit too.
Exactly.
Love this. Goodness gracious, this shit was fucking. I remember my homie showed me this shit for the first time. Shout out Elmo. Alright. Anyways. Hey Siri, stop. Yeah. So yeah, you went from Ramriddlz and then on to 1111.
Yeah, so
how's that sequence?
I actually didn't go from Ramriddlz to 1111.
How'd it go?
I was doing the blog era.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then because of my blog, 1111 reached out to me. He wasn't 1111 at that time. He reached out to me and he's like, yo, how can you help me promote my shit, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, this guy's actually talented, you know? And then we're working together, blah, blah, blah. And then we rebranded him into 1111. So
that was your rebrand?
Yeah, that was my rebrand.
Oh, okay.
So I rebranded him into 1111 from his original name.
What was the name before? Yeah.
I don't want to like put him on blast, but it was just like his name, like his regular name, you know? His everyday name.
Was it like a name that like you could sell, or was it something that like?
No, it was just a regular name. Like his everyday name, like.
Yeah.
My name is John Smith, you know? I don't want to like throw him on blast, but whatever. It was his whatever name. And then we rebranded him into an 1111. Yeah.
That's tough. Why 1111? I know a lot of times when I see 1111 on the clock, people are like, this is some.
It's a Make-A-Wish,
like,
it's whatever. Yeah, the original reason with that is that I used to always have these things when I was like younger, you know, like a little kid, 17, 18, 19. And we were with the girls and we're like, Make-A-Wish, it's 1111, you know? It's like, it's a guaranteed like thing where a girl will like you, you know? You're like, you seem like you care about her. Like, oh, Make-A-Wish, I'm thinking about you at this time, you know?
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid shit, you know? But it is what it is.
I had a homie, I was saying this before, I had a homie that would set his alarm clock to different times, like 1111, the 444, the 222.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Like, yo,
that's definitely a thing. I know people that do that.
That's
you know?
nuts though, bro. Like,
no.
But the thing is, people, I'm not into like the whole numerology thing, and I get it, but I know people that take that seriously.
Yeah, they do. They do.
As soon as the clock hits, yo, guys, make a wish, let's get together, type shit. So. I don't know, man. So there's some weird times, but fuck it.
Definitely, yeah. That's definitely a thing. I know people that do that, you know?
How do you feel about that, bro?
I could feel only one way about it. Great, you know? Like, if you like that, great, you know?
Yeah, we're in some weird times as a society, man. We're in some very weird times. Yeah. Everyone's getting canceled. A lot of cancel culture going on. Yep. I personally don't believe in that shit.
I don't know. What can I say about it, you know? Like,
do you believe it? You think it's real?
No, it's not really real. It's more like most times I feel like people are just jumping on the wave, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to cancel this guy? All right, let me hop on it. So I feel like I'm not a part of it, you know?
Like it's like group thing, because like if you're not
Yeah.
a part of it, then you're looked at as okay, you're opposition type thing.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing that was coming up was like that Dave Chappelle Netflix special about him getting canceled, and then I think I heard in the news nowadays they're not even nowadays, but recently they scheduled there's a protest against him. But there's a whole misinterpretation because the person that made a protest against him wasn't because he made some offside comments. It's because something that happened within his camp, but it was completely unrelated to what was going on in the special.
All right, so that has nothing to do with anything, and that just literally, just off of what you're saying?
Yes, bro.
It already carries no value.
That's what I'm trying to
Like,
say.
it carries no value.
But yo, this is the thing with social media and everything. Like people could say one thing and no one will do the fact checks, and that shit will carry on.
Yeah, they'll just believe everything, you know? That's the
feel me?
problem.
You feel
That's
me?
literally the problem.
That's with everything.
Is people will just say something, me and you do an interview, and I'm like, oh, I like fucking peanuts. And then all of a sudden, the whole world's
It's
like,
oh, but you don't like
he likes
strawberries.
peanuts? Oh, so automatically you don't like fucking chocolate
You don't
almonds
like chocolate
or something,
almonds?
you know?
What did they do to you?
Oh, you like peanuts, so you don't like chocolate? Like,
Yeah, it's dumb.
it just doesn't make sense.
It's
you
dumb,
know?
and I think that's very, very detrimental to a lot of artists,
Very
especially in
detrimental,
the creative scene.
Yep.
Because you have to be so careful about what you say.
Yep.
You feel me? Like, do you find like, I know some people don't care. Don't get me wrong, but do you find yourself kind of like straddling a line between?
I mean,
politically
I haven't done
correctness and-
so much media stuff where I'm like have to like panic about what I say.
Yeah.
But I know that the things that I say are not gonna like ruin anyone. You know, like I don't say things that are gonna like fuck someone's day or something. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't know. Maybe some guy who interviews me has a guilty conscience and he wants to like ruin me because he just wants some clout or something. But I feel like for me personally, it's not really gonna happen. You know.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's not that serious.
Yeah, it's never like. I feel like I'm a regular guy. I don't know what regular guy looks like, but I feel like I'm a regular guy.
I mean, your name's John, bro. That's a.
My name is
pretty
John.
regular name,
I'm
bro.
the most basic fucking human being that could ever
You're
exist.
from London, bro.
Yeah, I'm from London,
You got
Ontario.
pasta without salt.
What can I do, you know?
You feel me? Pasta with salt. Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
exactly.
What are you doing here?
Straight noodles with salt, and that's all I do. So
My
who
condolences.
can I
bro.
offend? You know,
My
who can I offend? Who can I offend? I'm the most
condolences.
plain guy of all time.
My condolences, bro.
Check my TikTok. I'm the very plain guy. I would never offend anyone, you know?
Yeah, but yo, your music speaks differently though.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Thank
not
you.
it's not plain. It's very, like I was saying before.
I'm
it's a
super
Caribbean.
glad to hear that because
Yeah.
it's not. I know it's not, you know? Yeah. And I feel like I bring something different to Toronto. I feel like Toronto brings something different to me.
Yeah.
And we just collaborate in that
Yeah.
way, you know?
How do you feel like the scene out in Toronto is now too? Because like you said, you moved here several years ago. Do you feel like it's something that's progressing? Do you feel like it's something that
Yeah,
you
it's
can work
definitely,
with? How do
definitely
you?
progressing, 100%. For me personally, I don't really pay attention to what everyone is doing. Like I follow 6Buzz and all these pages, but I don't really look at them to like do my thing, you know? Like I do my own thing. But yeah, definitely Toronto is progressing like at a very rapid pace right now. Obviously, as you see, all these artists are getting signed and they're doing whatever. Toronto is progressing very fast, but my sound I feel like is different from everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the realest thing the other day, man, where Toronto is progressing. I agree. I also think every city also has its faults too, and Toronto definitely has its as well. I heard the realest thing where it said that in LA you're known for your best performance, in New York you're known for your last performance, and in Toronto you're known for your worst performance.
I agree with that.
I think this is a city that's known for shunning people, for hating on people, for whatever they do, and looks away at everything else positive that someone has done. Have you ever seen something like that in your career, or people that have you known?
For me
that?
personally, I have never seen that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've reached those heights where people are like, everyone's looking at me and they're like, yo, you suck.
What about people you worked with though?
People I've worked with? No, not really. No.
You don't feel like none of them like have been hated on, or just in general? Because I agree, like in certain places in Toronto, there people do support other people.
Yeah.
But I also think people are very quick to turn on others as well.
Yeah,
I think
are.
sometimes like they might say some good things to your face, but behind closed doors they're saying, nah, this guy's a waste man, or this guy's doing this and that. Like,
I haven't experienced that.
Yeah.
And I only think I haven't experienced that because I haven't reached the certain heights that like some other people have.
Yeah.
I've reached heights in other ways, like video directing or running a blog or whatever. I've reached certain heights that way, but for my own personal stuff, I've never reached those heights. So I feel like I don't understand that question. You know? Like it's never affected me.
I feel you.
In any way, yeah.
So how'd you get into video directing?
So how I got into video directing was before even the blogging days. I used to film my skateboarding. Me and my friends, we would film skateboarding, we'll make videos. We could start getting better. We're doing this and that, and we're getting good. So I learned video stuff through skateboarding. And then when I started doing my blog stuff, interviewing celebrities, this and that, I couldn't rely on people to make me content, you know? This is back in the day. It's not like now you can just film something on your phone, edit it on TikTok, and it goes up, you know? This is back in the day, so.
What are you filming on?
Like random cameras, you know? Canons or whatever, random camera, whatever we can get our hands on it back in the day, you know? And then, so I did that. I did the blogging stuff. And then, that's how I got into videography.
I think with the blogging thing, that definitely helped you out too, because now the biggest pages that we see are blogs, right?
Yeah.
Six Buzzes, Real Toronto News.
Facts.
So
keep six solid,
Keep Six
straight out
Solid.
of six, whatever.
All
you
of
know?
those. So what type of impact do you think that has on the city right now?
It has a huge impact because that's all everyone is looking for. Like nowadays, if your song is not posted on Keep Six or Six Buzz or whatever, it's not a cool song, you know? That's how people think. So those blog pages have a really big effect on people, you know?
It's crazy, yeah. It's almost like make or break.
It doesn't mean anything. It genuinely doesn't mean anything, but people do have, it affects,
I think it
affects
does.
their mind.
I think it does, though.
Yeah.
I think it does.
Yeah.
Because I think if you get a cosign from some of these blogs,
100%.
for 100%, you're getting seen by
Bro,
thousands.
when I had
of
my
people.
blog, it was literally just a website.
Yeah.
If I had Mac Miller on there, people look at me like, oh shit, you had him on your website? You're killing it.
Just off the cosign, right?
Just off of that.
That's
you know?
what I'm saying.
Even if he didn't share it.
Yeah.
But me posting it, people are like, oh, you're killing it right now.
Yeah. It's you're killing it by affiliation. Right?
Exactly.
That's the crazy thing about
people
it.
just think like, that's how we think, you know?
Yeah. And it's fucked too, because like people, if they didn't see that cosign, they wouldn't fuck with you beforehand. But
Yeah,
if they
exactly.
see you like, you're doing, okay, like that's,
Oh, good.
you're booming.
Oh shit, you're sick.
Yeah, you're a sicker man.
Doesn't mean anything. Does not mean anything.
Fuck out of
you
here,
know?
bro. Yeah.
Genuinely doesn't mean anything, but that's how we think. We're humans, you know?
Yeah.
We're human beings. That's how we think.
I got.
Unfortunately, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say unfortunately, bro.
Yeah.
There's a dark side to it too. There's a bad side to it too. Because all influence, I feel like, is
Definitely.
not good influence.
And
right?
we're all going through the dark side of it right now because of Debbie, right?
That's what I'm
Everyone's
gonna say.
going through that, so.
That's what I was gonna say. A lot of these social media outlets, and just people in general, bro. I feel like as soon as that news happened, everyone's pointing fingers like, oh, let's blame. Like they had to blame someone. Let's blame Six Buzz.
Can't
I'm like,
blame
bro,
anyone. It's
you
not their
can't blame.
fault. It's not their
fault. They repost the
Never.
content. They're posting content that people are engaging with.
Yeah.
If you're engaging with it, they're gonna keep reposting it because it's good for the brand. If you guys said, yo, fuck this is not funny. This girl needs some help. Six Buzz will not post this shit because the people as a society will not take it seriously. Yeah. But the thing that pissed me off, bro, is like everyone's wanting to point fingers saying cancel Six Buzz. Bro, they had nothing to. You know what I'm saying? Like you're acting like that's the main culprit behind someone's death.
You know that like obviously they were a part of it.
For sure.
It is what it is. Everyone was a part of it. Every fucking blog page posted something.
Yeah, but it's
like you can't blame them. It's not their fault.
Dumb as hell.
You know?
I see, bro, and that's my thing with whole social media shit and even Twitter, bro. Like, it all goes back to this cancel culture shit we were talking about before. How are you gonna blame someone?
You can't.
Because you're engaging with it.
Yeah.
You know how dumb that sounds? Like
you can't blame anyone. You know.
Yeah.
We all engaged into it at some point, even if we don't want to admit it. We did.
For sure. No one can say that at one point and said, "Yo, this shit is not funny."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone got a chuckle off that. But as soon as someone is passing, you're like, okay, now we gotta blame someone.
You want to point fingers?
You know
like you can't point fingers.
It's the idiot thing.
You know?
It's the idiot thing. It's always funny until it's not.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, all
man.
the way.
So
all the way, I agree with you, man.
yeah, this whole social media shit, man, it's troubling, but it's also like something that we can't ignore. You know, I think as a society, we're going into like a very virtual sphere, right? Where everything is becoming virtualized. Our currency, right? Our daily interactions. People don't even know how to socialize in person nowadays. Even like artwork, NFTs. That's something I seen you talk about earlier on too. Like I want to hear, like, how'd you get into that? What was some of that?
One of my friends, one of my day one friends from London, Ontario, he started an NFT. It's called Clumsy Ghost, and he killed it, bro. He did a release. He dropped 10,000 pieces of his NFT. He sold out within the first 7 hours. So I made a song to go with his thing, the Clumsy Ghost, and we're gonna release that soon. And we're gonna auction it off. So hopefully that, you know, will bring some bread.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Yeah, it's looking good though. It's looking good.
It's looking solid?
Yeah.
How do you get into that? Like, did he tell you about it? He just said
he's a graphic designer, you know.
Okay.
He's a smart guy. He pays attention. He sees what's going on, you know. Yeah, and he came into a situation with a collaboration, and it worked out. In his favor, you know.
So to the average citizen, the average dude on the street, how would you explain an NFT to them? Because when
honestly, I don't know. I'm not.
You don't
like,
know?
I'm not even like in that space like that.
Okay.
All I know is his shit worked out. He sold he literally sold 10,000 pieces. I made a song to like what do you call it?
To collab with it?
What do you call it? Not a costume, mascot. I made like a mascot song.
Yeah.
With his Clumsy Ghost thing, and then we're gonna sell it. But
so yo, when I was in LA,
I'm not even in. I don't know anything about that.
You know, I'm trying to learn too, bro. I was gonna say when I was in LA this past week, I came across an artist, like an actual painting artist. His name is Artlana.
Nice.
Shout out to him, bro. But he sold not an NFT, but an actual photo to Drake for $125,000.
Nice.
You feel me? It's a picture of him and his kid.
Yeah.
So this shit that I'm saying, like, just within this creative scene, right there, bro. Like, you take a look behind you. Show the photo over there, bro. This guy made a photo, and yo, he's telling me like, yo, I made it. He said he made it in like 6-7 hours. I'm like, bro, that's nuts. You know what I'm saying? So just in general, like, bro, this whole creative scene, I'm realizing like there's so much potential, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, man.
Yeah.
If you just figure out where you fit in right now, you can do some shit. You know, like you can actually like make. That's what I was saying, like about the whole COVID situation. Like, if you took COVID for granted, like you literally wasted your time. Like you had time. You had time to figure something out, bro. You know?
That's all you had.
If you didn't figure it out, you wasted your time. Like, what are you doing? Go back to your fucking warehouse job or whatever, you know? You wasted your time. You had a chance to do something, and you wasted it. All right, that's on you.
It revealed a lot of people's true intentions of what they're trying to do. You feel me?
All the way.
How did you feel like you kind of grew in this pandemic, in this period?
It just gave me free time.
Yeah.
To do stuff, to figure it out. How can I do my artist thing and make it like freelance? How can I do my non-artist thing and make financial other ways, you know? Like, it gave me time.
Yeah.
That's all it did. It gave me time.
And that's
figure it out.
That's the most valuable resource.
I don't want to like, you know, say what I did on camera, you know, but like it gave me time and I definitely benefited from it, you know? Yeah.
No, and like I was saying, that's the most valuable resource, bro. Like, money you can get back, and although sometimes it does hurt spending some shit, you're like, yo, my pockets are screaming.
Yeah, for sure.
You can never get back time, bro. And I think the older we get, the more we realize, like, yo, this shit is valuable, because life's short.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Life is short. You know, any one of my friends or any one of the people that are close to me could tap out tomorrow. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I'm looking at it.
It's happened to me, bro. I've seen my friends die on me, you know?
My condolences, bro.
What are you going to do? Like,
you know what I'm saying? And it makes you realize, like, yo, you have to make the most out of what you're doing in any situation, because you just never know.
You never know.
You know, but as a kid, you're like, I'm good, bro. Like, I'm going to see.
When you're younger, you think you're good forever.
You're so oblivious, right? You're so oblivious. So it's eye-opening, bro, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Before we wrap this up, bro, this is a great conversation, but I'm glad.
I was just thinking, I'm like, fuck, we're going somewhere, you know?
Yeah, no,
nice.
Fuck. What are you timed at, bro? What are we at right now? Or you could say, okay.
I'd say 28 to 30.
Okay, now we don't have to wrap it up. We got time.
Let's just do 10 more minutes and we good.
Yeah, we're straight here, bro. Shit, I was trying to be time constrained. So what's next for TennisxClub, bro? What do you have on the plate right now that you're allowed to?
Yeah, so I just dropped my EP October 1st. I'm just dropping visuals. Like these songs, I literally recorded them like 2-3 years ago, you know. So they're old songs, but I love them, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't release them if I didn't love them. So we're just dropping visuals for them, and then I'm gonna roll that out, and then within the next year, we're gonna turn it up another notch, you know.
Yeah.
Do something else. Yeah.
What made you sit on that for 2-3 years? Like that's a long time, right?
I just wanted to create, you know. I wanted to make sure I have my whole brand proper. Just put everything into it like a package before I go on, you know.
Yeah.
Something else. Yeah.
That's crazy. Something that I think any business or brand can use is branding. Mm-hmm. You feel me? What are some like tips or strategies that you have towards branding? Because like that's like I say, that's something that you've been dealt with or in the field. What can you offer?
Okay. Yeah, I like that question. That's a good question. What I would say is just if you're just starting out, do things that you like, you know? Just do what you like. If you're trying to brand something, make sure that you fuck with it, you know? If you don't fuck with it, it's gonna be a fucking shitty brand, you know? I only ever did things that like I believed in. So like before I started doing my own music, I was working with 1111. I believed in him. He was a great singer. I feel like he had a good package. He just needed to be like pushed together into something, you know? So just only do shit that you fuck with, only do shit that you believe in. That's my best advice, to be honest.
So once you get to that point, like if you believe in a brand, what kind of follows next?
If you believe in a brand, just keep pushing it. Keep pushing it until it gets somewhere, you know? That's what I can say, yeah.
I feel you. Because you want to be passionate. Like, I think as soon as the passion is not there, the project's done.
I've been in situations where, like, yeah, I'm getting paid to do a video or I'm getting paid to do something, graphic design or an idea, branding, whatever, but I don't believe in it.
Really?
But I'm getting paid. So it's like it doesn't, I'll do an okay job, but I won't do like the best job, you know? Because I don't really believe in it, you know what I mean?
I feel you.
So my only advice is do shit that you believe in.
I like that.
That's what I would say, yeah.
I like that, man. Yeah. I like that. But sometimes, like you're in that situation, you kind of have to sacrifice.
You have to, of course. You need to fucking survive. You need to make money. You need to do whatever you have to do to like get to where you personally need to go. Do whatever you got to do. I'm never stopping anyone from doing what they got to do.
Yeah.
You know? But like, if you want to like get to a certain point or a certain level, do what you believe in, you know?
Like we're in Toronto, bro. You're paying $2,500 for a fucking shoebox. You know what I'm saying?
Easy.
But like I like what you're saying there, that like you have to work with brands or work with people that you believe in, because I think just as this is from my experience as a brand, every collab isn't a good collab. You know,
absolutely.
Every partnership
I
isn't
agree,
a good
because I've been in collabs that didn't do anything for me.
Really?
Know? I wasted my time on it, you know?
Like it's just been like, what have you like learned from that? Like, because it's something that
you just try and figure out like. I feel like you just get a second sense, you know? Like, you just know, like, oh, this person's burped hard, eh? You heard that?
That's the rum talking, bro. You gotta...
You just, like, you get a sense, you know? You just know, like, oh, this collab could give me, let's say, X amount of dollars or X amount of free shit or whatever, and you're just like, nah, it's not gonna work. It's gonna be a waste of time because it's just not gonna benefit anyone, you know?
Like just knowing or having that, is like some associations, bro, I won't lie, like when I'm seeing certain brands collab with certain brands, I'm like, that brings your value down.
Absolutely.
And vice versa. Some might bring your value up, but that's something I realized. Like we at the Give to Gab, we had certain brands kind of reach out to us, but it didn't align with what we're doing. Like I'm not gonna name drop or anything, but it's just like, what are we... what made you even think like this would even work?
Right? That's what I think.
I'm saying?
That's
like,
literally the one thing that I think is like, how can you even think that this would just match up or align or whatever?
And it's not even like a cocky thing. It's not even something like, yo, we're here. Because we're definitely not.
It's a vibe / common sense thing, you know? It just doesn't make sense.
Exactly what you're saying. It's just vibe. Like, I think that it's, if your ideals are the same and they align, then it's perfect. But besides that, I'm like, okay, it doesn't make sense.
I love that question because that's so real. Like, true. Like,
So with you at TennisxClub, is it just you that's behind the brand TennisxClub, or do you have people working with you? Like, how do you?
We started out as a duo, right? My producer.
Yeah.
But he's busy. He works with a lot of people in Europe. He's busy. He has big artists that he works with. So we just realized like scheduling conflicts not gonna work out.
Damn.
So I was the face of it, but he's still producing. Like he does like 95% of my shit, you know?
95. That's a high number.
Like he does majority of my stuff. So like. He's still there. We do everything together, you know?
Do you ever feel like you're getting stretched thin? Because I know with a lot of times in like just the social media sphere and creative scene, a lot of times people try to do different things. They try to wear different hats. So with what you're doing right now, do you ever feel like, yo, this is too much?
Never.
You never got to that point?
No, never.
Really?
Because my like side creative hustles, they don't like even intertwine with my music shit, you know?
But it's time though. You're spending time doing those things, right?
Yeah, it's time, but like I just know like if I have an opportunity over here, I'm not gonna intertwine it with my like personal music shit, you know?
I feel you.
It just doesn't match up.
I feel you. That's
because I'm like, I don't know if you believe in signs or whatever, but I'm a Virgo, so like I won't ask for a favor.
Come on,
I won't ask for a favor
Don't
at
tell
all.
me you're one of those
know?
people, man. Come on, bro.
I'm not one of those people, but I'm a Virgo.
Are you judging people off their sign?
Never.
Oh, okay.
I would never.
All right.
I would never.
Bro. I'm an Aries, bro.
But I know there's girls that are probably watching this shit, and they're gonna hear me talk about being a Virgo.
He's
you
a
know?
Virgo. Oh, I can't fuck with him, bro. Like, I'm like, come on.
I'm a Virgo, so like, I don't ask for favors, and I just do what I gotta do.
It's a Virgo world for real. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's nuts. Honestly, I hate when people judge off this shit, bro. I've had encounters with certain people, and by people I mean women, where it's just like, yo, what's your sign?
Yeah, that's toxic.
As soon as I hear that,
that's pure toxic behavior. You know?
What are you doing?
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I unfollowed after that point, bro. I don't even answer the question, bro. I'm like, what are you doing here?
That's finished.
What are you doing here for real? It's nuts, man. But yeah, man. Before we wrap this up, you have anything that's any last words? Anything you want to get off?
Not much, man. Just dropped my my new EP, World Love, and that's it. We're just pushing that for the next year, and then after that, we're gonna start releasing new music, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. We're here, man. And you know, here at the Get the Gab. Me speaking for myself, I like some of the tracks off that album.
Thank you.
Have them downloaded on the phone, bro. But yeah, keep pushing. Keep pushing, bro. You got another fan here, so
appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yeah. On that note, bro, we out.
Yo, bring the Instax. Let's take a picture, man.
Bro, we got that running. Shit, we got that running. We'll get it.
Sideline, I'ma meet you on the sideline. Sideline, I'ma meet you on the sideline. Sideline.